How is this me, Preppers, reporting to you, wishing everybody had a great and happy Thanksgiving. We have so much to be thankful for, even in the midst of these trying times. I found myself just thanking God, not only for my family and for food to eat, which we know there's so many scarcities of food right now, but just, simple things that we sometimes tend to ignore: the air we breathe, still being able to drink water, especially knowing that we're facing severe food and water shortages. Well, today I would like to talk about the mandates that are approaching the deadline, which is January to 22nd, 2022, with the mandates for the truck drivers. This is going to even put a more bigger strain on our supply chain and make it very, very, very complicated and difficult for another area of frontline workers, which are our truck drivers that we were just praising last year. The system was just praising all these frontline workers and healthcare workers last year, thanking them for all their service, and now they're making it very, very difficult, complicated for them to, I would say, survive. Because once you affect a person's livelihood and the way they make money and things of that nature, it becomes very complicated. So I'd like to read you guys one of these articles in regards to the subject. It says, the president will require essential non-resident travelers crossing U.S. land borders, such as truck drivers, government, and emergency response officials, to be fully beginning on January 22nd. The administration planned to announce. A senior administration official said the requirement, which the White House previewed in October, brings the rules for essential travelers in line with those that took visuals. Essential travelers entering by ferry will also be required to be fully by the same date, the official said. The official spoke to the Associated Press on the condition of anonymity to review the announcement. The rules pertain to non-U.S. nationals. American citizens and permanent residents may still enter the U.S. regardless of but face additional testing hurdles because officials believe they more easily contract and spread the virus, and in order to encourage them to get the administration pushed back the requirement for essential travelers by more than 2 months from when it went into effect on November 8 for non-essential visitors to prevent disruptions, particularly among the truck drivers who are vital to North American trade, while most cross-border traffic was shut down in the earliest days of the pandemic. Essential travelers have been able to transit unimpeded. Even with the delay, though Norita Taylor, spokeswoman for the trucking group Owner-Operator Independent Drivers Association, criticized the requirement, calling it an example of how unnecessary government mandates can force experienced owner-operators and independent truckers out of business. The latest deadline is beyond the point by which the administration hopes to have large businesses require their employees to be or tested weekly under an emergency regulation issued by the Occupational Health and Safety Administration. That rule is now delayed by litigation, but the White House has encouraged businesses to implement their own mandates regardless of the federal requirement, with the aim of boosting. So as we can see, I'm not going to keep going on and on and on with that particular article, but as we can see that they're still rolling out, their agenda and their plans. They're going full force on everything, even though the courts did block one of them. But it's just unbelievable to me. They're saying that the truck drivers crossing the border who are non-U.S. Residents, they're going to be they're going to be dealing with this situation. But I do know for a fact that they allowed a lot of illegal people crossing borders this year alone. Y'all know I travel a lot. I saw them in the tons. They were bringing busloads of them. And on the planes too. And a lot of them were very, very sick. I recorded it, but I didn't put it out there because I didn't want people to think I was discriminating, against those people, which I'm not. I'm just saying, I just want to state the facts of what's going on in this country and show proof and evidence that this is going on. A lot of them were seems like I'm having some difficulties with this with this video. It keeps going on and off. But so, you know, and then when you're doing that to truck drivers who are bringing in supplies that the American people need, supplies and products in which the you know, the people need, you know, that just makes it even more things more complicated. I just feel like a lot of these things are criminal, and I think that we have to continue to pray against what's going on. I mean, really seriously, y'all, and try to do something about this, because it's just getting more and more and more and more intense, and it's making people's lives extremely more harder. I mean, the day before Thanksgiving, we were in the grocery store, which I don't know why I did that, because I'd already, you know, I had already gotten my Thanksgiving meal. I had already been to the grocery store, but you know, at the last minute, it seemed like everybody was hostile. I mean, people are all upset and mad. People of all nationalities. And I mean, just mad and upset and hostile. And somebody went to coughing, and and some people almost attacked this person. And I mean, I just never felt that type of energy. None in my life. And especially during the holidays, because, you know, usually people were happier, we're a little bit more chippier. But with everything with this administration, all the stuff they're doing, and ever since the beginning of this pandemic, it seemed like it's been just HEWL, you know, situation after situation. I was looking at this interview with this therapist, and she was saying that she's never seen what she's seen in her life with people mental health at stake. She said that she had people, professionals, from millionaires to poor people, that she's talking to, and over with, or if it's going to be over with, because it seemed like these political people who get in positions of power, and I'm going to have to say allegedly, this is my opinion and my perspective, they're not making it easier for us at all. It seems like they keep rolling out all these things that make it more and more complicated. Crime is ravaging the cities. I'm talking about, it is just getting awful. But you know, you guys, y'all keep prepping. I know there's so many great benefits in just being a prepper. I'm so grateful that God just instilled in me at a young age to prep. Everybody thought I was crazy, you know, storing and packing all these canned goods and keeping a lot of water wherever I go. Because, you know, especially now during these times, it has saved me. You know, I had to, when I left New York, because all the mandates and I couldn't get work and everything just started piling up on me and I didn't know what I was going to do. I was happy to be able to come back home here to Texas, and where I have, you know, supplies and all the stuff that I need that could stretch me for a while until I get, you know, back to, you know, making the money that I was making and things like. I'm just saying, my point is, being a prepper, it outweighs the benefit outweighs it a lot to me, you know. So y'all keep on, you know, prepping and getting what you need, growing your gardens, you know, and learning more about survivalism, you know, how to survive in the wild. You know, that's very important. Get your family on board and just be prepared for not just the rest of this year, but for next year. Because as we know, it was early in the year when they started rolling out all these agendas. So it seemed like the same thing's going to take place come January. They're going to be rolling out. And guess what? Be prepared. Watch this world. Watch the weather. Smell your water. Boil your water before using it. And I like to remind you guys, the survivalism classes are every Tuesday on my Patreon page. I can't upload a lot of the content that, even though I like to share it to these platforms, because I don't want to be censored anymore. So I know Patreon, they'll let me say a little bit more than what they would here. Also, you can follow me on BitChute, on my Twitter page, it's PrepperZan. The links will be in the description box. Also, my website have some things for people who don't have a generator, may not be able to afford a generator, how they can stay warm in the winter and how they can cook some things. It's like $3 and $4. And also, I'll have some land for sale. The website will also be in, the link will be in the description box. And you guys keep surviving. ZanHarrow.com.